Hey guys, welcome back to the channel.
After 2 failed attempts, we've finally made it to the best lookout in Mount Assiniboine.
This video is sponsored by Insta360. We brought their new X4 and it has been incredible.
This is without a doubt the best adventure camera on the market, and especially for a trip like this, we're gonna be in a helicopter, we're gonna be going swimming, we're gonna be hiking to insane viewpoints like this one. And this is the best way to get those 360-degree views.
Mount Assiniboine Provincial Park is located on the BC side of the Canadian Rockies. There are several ways you can get here, but we began our hike at the Mount Shark or Bryant Creek Trailhead. This trailhead is actually located in Kananaskis Country in Alberta, and the 27-kilometer hike brings you through Banff and into Mount Assiniboine Provincial Park. Because we began hiking after work on Friday, we booked the closest campsite we could for night 1. It's called Big Springs, and the hike here is relatively flat, which is super nice. There are 3 other campgrounds you can stay at along the way. All of them need to be booked online in advance via the Parks Canada website. The options are McBride's Campground and Marvel Lake Campground, which are both about 14 kilometers in, or Allenby Junction, which is about 17 kilometers in. One of our favorite ways to use the Insta360 X4 is with the 3-meter invisible selfie stick to get drone-like footage in parks and places where drones are prohibited. Just press record and extend the selfie stick behind or in front of you, then you can reframe the shot later to create that aerial perspective. We made it to camp and used the Insta360 to take a time lapse of us setting up our tent. Cool thing about the 360 camera, you can just set it up anywhere in the tent, don't have to worry about framing the shot, and we can just reframe it later. So press time lapse in here.
Just got to Big Springs, which is our first campsite for the night, and Kaylee's currently watching a cow moose and her calf just across the pond, right beside our campsite, which is so cool.
Sorry, I'm distracted.
Very cute. We still have a long way to go. We're going up through Assiniboine Pass. There's also another route that you can take that goes through Wonder Pass by Marvel Lake, which is absolutely beautiful. We've done that before. Another option if you want to see Wonder Pass is to hike up there from Assiniboine Lodge. So that is a little bit easier because when you do it on the way in and go along Marvel Lake, it's just beautiful, but it's hard and steep.
You can also hike here from Sunshine Village, which we've never tried, or opt to take the helicopter in and out. The helicopter is $225 per person each way and can be booked online in advance. In order to reserve a seat, you must have a valid reservation to camp, stay at the lodge, or stay in the Nizet huts. Assiniboine Lodge is very expensive and can be difficult to book, but is a great option if you luck out and don't want to camp. The huts are less expensive, but equally as difficult to book.
So we are going to have a little snack.
Probably watch the moose for a little bit longer. That's what I'm thinking.
And then crawl into our tent and hit the hay. Early wake-up call tomorrow and a long day tomorrow to get into Assiniboine.
Something to note, the last time we were at this campground, we saw a moose very close to the food area, and this time we are seeing a moose with her baby. So it's amazing to see, guys, but just please obviously be respectful, keep your space, especially when they have babies. They can get quite aggressive, so you just want to give them a lot of space when you see any wildlife.
A lot of people say that a cow moose and a calf is a lot more dangerous than a grizzly, so keep that in mind.
If you are visiting the Canadian Rockies this summer, we have created a 98-page travel guide that details all of our favorite places. We have spent the past 12 years exploring Banff, Jasper, Yoho, Kootenay, and Kananaskis Country, and this guide includes all of the best lakes, viewpoints, day hikes, backpacking trips, natural hot springs, activities, camping spots, and more. We have just updated it, and we can't wait to share it with you. We will link it below and at the end of this video.
I love my hiking boots, but one of the best feelings is taking off boots and putting on your camp shoes, whatever those might be. So good.
I personally always bring glare-ups into the backcountry, and David is team Crocs. So let us know what your favorite is, if you are a Crocs or a glare-ups person. Well, it is 8:50.
Lights out.
Yeah, we're calling it a night. Plan is to get up early-ish tomorrow and get started.
See you guys in the morning.
Good night. I'm not ready.
So cold last night. But slept pretty good. It was a long sleep, so time to have some breakfast and get a move on. It's probably like 2 degrees. Glasses are all fogged up. All right, we're all packed up and ready to hit the old dusty trail.
Kind of dreading the hike a little bit, just like a little bit, but we're really excited to get there.
17 kilometers, 450 meters of elevation gain. Let's do it.
Whoop, whoop.
How much weight are you carrying?
Well, I think it's like about 36, which is not too bad. And I think David's close to 50, which he's a champ.
Oh, look at that lighting right now. It's so pretty. Woo. Gonna be a good day. The Insta360 X4 has this fun feature called time shift. I got it set up on my backpack right now, and we're gonna do some hiking and show you what it looks like. So the best way to use the time shift feature is to select time shift on your X4 and record yourself moving for a period of time. At least 2 or 3 minutes is best. In the app, you'll want to select speed and bring it to 8 to 16 times. Then you can adjust the position of the shot with the keyframes to create something like this. Another way we love to film while hiking is by putting the Insta360 X4 on regular 8K mode and moving the selfie stick around while walking. In the app, we will select deep track on the person holding the camera, and that gives you a fun video like this one. It is 10:45. We've gone about 7K, so that means we still have 10K to go. But we're cruising along pretty good. We're probably getting semi-close to the pass, but we still have to go around this massive mountain, essentially. So Lake Magog is on the other side of this. Something to keep in mind too is the majority of the trail is actually pretty flat. You gain pretty much all of the elevation over Assiniboine Pass, but majority of it is just, this is actually pretty narrow. Most of the path is pretty wide, and it's a beautiful and easy hike. We've made it to Mount Assiniboine Provincial Park and the Alberta-BC border. So we are now leaving Banff National Park. We have 2.5K to go until Assiniboine Lodge and 4 kilometers to go until Lake Magog Campground. So not too much farther, but we've kind of peaked on elevation, so it should be a straight shot, pretty just up and down the rest of the way, which will be super nice. We're just chilling, having some lunch, and then we're gonna hit the trail again. Can't wait. For lunch, we have Ichiban noodles and just a big salad. It's been kind of a go-to for us because it's nice to eat the first or second day while the salad is still good, and it's super cheap and salty, so it hydrates you. First views of Mount Assiniboine. Check that out. What a view. Final stretch. We're so close. So Magog Campground is the biggest campground here. There are 40 tent pads. There's like 4 or 5 outhouses, 2 shelters, and a bunch of bear lockers. So we're getting pretty excited just to be there. What are the other options? You can also stay at Magog Lake, which is smaller. I think it's about 10 people, and it's 10 campsites. Yeah, 10 campsites, and it's about 4K from Magog, I think. If you guys are wondering about larches at this lake, it is phenomenal. We were here last year in September, and all around the lake is covered in larches. It all lights up in September, so would definitely recommend that, although the weather can be super hit or miss. When we got snowed on. That's when we got snowed on, so keep that in mind. We made it to camp, set up our tent, and went to tea at the lodge. Tea is from 4 to 5 on non-fly days at Assiniboine Lodge, where campers can buy a variety of wine, beer, pop, and snacks. After tea, we hiked back to the campground and ate dinner down by the lake before another early night. It is 5:30, and Kaylee and I are off to the Nublet and the Nublet this morning for sunrise, which is at like 6:55. This view is absolutely wild. So we just made it up. I guess I should point this down, shouldn't I? Probably got wicked headlight hair right here. That's nice. Left our tent at 5:30, got up here at 6:30. We're not quite at the Nublet, but I think there's quite a few people up there. And the view from here is amazing. We're just kind of in between the Nublet and the Niblet. The Niblet's just down there, you can see. But the views are just unreal. Crazy, 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 crazy. Down to make some brekkie, hang out, watch sunrise.
Okay, so the Insta360, like most action cameras, is not excellent in low light. What they recommend is to shoot in 5.7K instead of 8K. So right now is a really good time to test that out. We will show you a clip of 8K and then 5.7K.
Made some breakfast, classic oatmeal, and coffee is a brewing currently right now, and the wind has picked up, but it's so pretty, we just don't want to leave it. We just made it up to the Nublet, and the views are
Unreal.
Even better, so
come up to the Nublet.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah, and there was a lot of people here for sunrise, and it's just totally cleared out. Like, there's nobody up here right now, so stick around a little longer because the sun hits the lakes and it's gorgeous. So the Insta360 X4 is a huge upgrade from the X3. One of the biggest things that they upgraded is that it now shoots in 8K, which means that when you crop it down, you can always have a 4K shot. It has slow-mo up to 120 frames per second, and it's waterproof up to 10 meters, which is a lot of fun for when you are jumping into lakes. It has also got voice and gesture control, which we are going to try out right now. So if you swipe down from the top, it brings up this menu. Here is the gesture control. So if you turn it on, you can start it with your palm or the peace sign. And then the voice control here, if you turn it on, we've got different languages and different commands here. Start recording. Stop recording. Oh, there we go. So the voice control works really well with the long stick. I think the gesture control works a little bit better when you're a little bit closer up, it seems. Oh. Started it again. For bullet time, you want to just make sure that you're on the bullet time setting. There we go. And this is one of our new favorite settings. So basically, you put it on this selfie. This is the regular invisible selfie stick. And then you get the bullet time handle. And you record it spinning around you. And it does slow-mo. So you want to try to keep the, the stick kind of parallel to the ground. And aim for 1 rotation per second. And then you do this in a bunch of different locations. And we'll show you what it looks like. This is the view from the Nublet. It's honestly also breathtaking. You're just a little bit closer to the lakes.
You can do a loop, so there is a loop trail, but we are probably just gonna hike down back the way we came, straight back to Lake Magog Campground. And yeah, we're probably just gonna hang out for the day. It's supposed to be like 28 today, so it should be a perfect day to chill by the water, do some fishing.
Woo! Oh, there he goes. All right, it is 6:45. We woke up to come down to Lake Magog for the sunrise on our last day here. And the water's really calm. There's nobody down here. I think it's gonna be really nice. So down by the water, by Magog Lake, just down from the campground, there are all of these chairs set up in the rocks, and they're a super comfy place to actually come have breakfast, coffee, dinner. We've just been bringing our seating pads down, and in the evening I just bring my sleeping bag, and would definitely recommend it.
We decided to take the Lakeshore Trail back to the lodge and to the helicopter pad from the campground, and it's just so beautiful. Would highly recommend doing that. But yeah, we're all packed up. We're sad to be leaving, but stoked for the helicopter ride at the same time. We have to be at the helipad at 10 o'clock, and then flights start to leave at 10:30. We'll get told whether we're like flight 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is, and then we'll be there 15 minutes before that time for that flight. So they're really organized. We are flying from Assiniboine Lodge to Mount Shark, but there's also flights from Mount Assiniboine to Canmore that you can take. So it means you're not going to be driving along Highway 40, which is a very, very bumpy road. We made it back to our car. One important thing to note is the helipad parking lot and the trailhead parking lot are a couple kilometers apart. So luckily my mom flew in, had her car at the helipad parking lot, so we just hopped in with her. She drove us down to
Yeah, we have done the hike.
trailhead.
It's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's like just under 2K, I think, but just something to keep in mind. A big thank you to Insta360 for sponsoring this video. We do have a code for free accessories with the X4, so we will link that below. Make sure to check it out.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you next week.